watching The Wash Daily. Today news, it's been a long time coming for New York cannabis, and one thing they're not going to let get in the way is no stinking Delta 8. They're saying no Delta 8 CBD is going to be allowed in New York. Now what Delta 8 is, they take CBD from hemp and they, through a process of isomerization, they are able to convert CBD into THC. Well, they're saying, no, not here in New York. You can take your Delta 8 or Delta 10 somewhere else. Now, proponents of Delta 8 and Delta 10 cannabis are saying that, hey, this is a hemp-derived product. They're saying that anything derived from hemp we're able to use legally. Legislators who are against Delta 8 and Delta 10, they say, no, that doesn't count because the Delta 8 and Delta 10 are no longer the hemp that you put out, but rather a processed product, which changes things significantly. So not so good news for Delta 8 and Delta 10. The good news is cannabis is legal, so you can just smoke regular old-fashioned Delta 9. Also in news, the lieutenant who is in charge of the Capitol riot policing, he said, hey, the big problem is we're spending all our money busting people for cannabis. It makes no sense. We got to stop arresting people for cannabis. That's the only thing that's going to make any sense. If we do that, maybe we can start to figure things out. But until we stop harassing people over cannabis, we're going to be too tied up to do anything else. So good news for people who think it's a bad idea to harass people for cannabis. Also in news, DEA is finally paying people to grow cannabis for the purpose of studying cannabis. Up until now, all the cannabis they've been studying is coming out of a lab in the University of Mississippi, and the cannabis has been very bad. It hasn't been useful for anything related to cannabis at all, except for making it seem like cannabis isn't useful or medicine. Well, now what they're saying is instead of studying the cannabis people are actually smoking by going to state-run dispensaries, which are sanctioned and licensed, instead they're going to have people grow cannabis for them. And they're going to study specifically grown cannabis that was designed for the DEA to study. Thanks for watching The Wash.